Hello, I'm Lowell Martin, and this is MCC Today. They took me out and put in an AI. On today's show, we have Nedra Bradley, Katelyn Reagan, and Reagan Mathis. You're going to want to watch this. We have a lot of good information for you.
We're turning the tables, rewriting the rules, letting the world know that success is not reserved for the privileged few. Every dreamer, every believer, every fighter has a chance to rise above. Together, we will find your path and change your future. No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, at Meridian Community College, you are worth it. Now is your time. Find your wings.
And we are here with the wonderful Miss Nedra Bradley, one of my favorite people on campus. How are you doing?
I'm great, Lowell. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing really well. Now, before the cameras started, we were going back and forth over your title.
Yes.
So what exactly is your title?
My title is Executive Director of Parent Services and Student Support.
Okay, I love the title. Okay,
So what does that mean?
Yes, what do you do?
So I'm kind of a transition person for parents and students that are coming on campus. You know, most of the time parents have questions that they can't find the answers to. So I'm that liaison that helps them find the answers that they need, keep them informed about things that are going on campus, and just being that ear for them when they need someone to talk to or to send their students to get them in the right direction.
Well, you during liftoff, you know, we have a lot of parents come,
right?
And we'd have a separate session for the parents to go, hey, these are the people you need to.
Correct.
And you were in charge of those.
Yes.
Okay, which I think is an excellent idea, because you know parents want to be involved, especially if they're paying.
Right.
But they want to be involved,
right.
And to have a person to contact is,
yes.
I think, really.
And to let them know, you know, what they can and cannot find out about. Let them know what they need to do if they want to find out information about their students. A lot of parents don't know things about students filling out the FERPA waiver so that they can get access to certain things on campus of that student, because otherwise we can't discuss that with them. You know, so they don't know those types of things, and we make sure that they know how to be able to get that information.
Mm-hmm. I've had that before too, where a parent will call or come by, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Your child is an adult. I cannot give you any information about, you know, anything unless we have that on file.
Right.
Now, you've been doing this for about a year now?
Right.
Is that right? Okay. So, how's it going?
It's going great.
Okay.
It really is.
Because I could not think of a better person for this job, because you've been here. We've been here about the same amount of time.
Right.
I think you're a little bit more than me, but you know people. You know everything that's going on. You know who to contact if there's a problem. So what better person to put in this position?
Thanks.
So, and I remember early on we were like, okay, what are you supposed to be doing? I don't know.
Yes, so right now we do have a lot of events planned. We did do some things last year, but this year we've kind of hit the ground rolling. Started out with welcoming our students back to campus, working a lot with our commuter students is what I really am working on. And so we had a big back to school luau for them that first day back on campus.
Was that well attended?
Yeah, it was well attended.
Good.
And students enjoyed it. This month of September, we have several things coming up.
Okay.
We have Suicide Awareness Week is the second week of September. So we're having an event for those students to teach them about different things. Also for faculty and staff, on September the 14th, we'll have a presentation where we'll have someone come out and talk to you about the signs to look for in suicide. Perception versus reality, what you think suicide looks like and what it actually looks like.
Okay.
So we'll have things about that. We're also going to be having a big pantry drive for campus. Once school starts back, that pantry gets kind of empty, so we're going to be having a big competition for different departments on campus. So we're going to be getting information out about that for teams to sign up and compete. Winners to get lunch for their department. So we always like food.
Always, always.
So we do have lots of things coming up. And then for midterm, we'll
Right.
also have a big event for our midterm students. Have an event in Ivy Mall. We'll be doing that, and more information will be coming about that also.
Now, would you please explain to our audience exactly what the pantry is and who can use it?
Yes, the pantry is for any of our students, faculty, and staff here on campus.
Yes.
The pantry has things such as canned food, we have toiletry items, healthcare items, we even have clothing and books that students can use. Only thing they need to do is go and see Wendy Cox, who is our student support coordinator, and fill out the information with her in order to use that pantry. So anybody who is in need, whether it's a big need or a small need, students come by and don't have money for lunch. They can come by and see what kind of little meals that they have, like the little cups of macaroni and cheese and
Right.
Rice and things like that, things that they can eat here on campus, because everyone can't afford to go to the cafeteria or go out to eat. So we're trying to make sure that we are supplying the needs of those students.
Well, and another thing that they offer, if you don't mind me piggybacking off of this, is we have the laptop loaner program.
Correct.
So if a student does not have a laptop and wants to borrow one,
Right.
we have that. That's also
Right,
through
and that's
Wendy.
also through Wendy Cox.
And we even have a calculator loaner
Yes, we have a
program.
calculator loan program for students who need them for like their college algebra classes and math classes, and they can go through Crystal Sterling in order to rent those for the semester.
Well, the thing, and this is what we're getting into, and the mindset that we're getting into is, we want you to graduate.
Correct.
We want you to complete your degree
Right,
here.
and we're here to
possibly-
support you while you're here.
Yes.
So no matter what it is, if it's academic wise, if it's mental health wise, or just your plain living expenses, we have things that may be able to help you. So if anything that is not, cohesive to your learning environment and you need help with it, come by, you can see me and I can point you in a direction that you need to go to.
I am so glad that we're putting so much more emphasis on mental health.
Yes.
Because I grew up in a time when they were like, just get up and go to school.
Right.
Just get up and do it.
Yes.
And that's not necessarily healthy.
Right, and
we
that's
grew-
why
I
we
grew up in an unhealthy
yes, and that's why we partner with Weems and Psychology Associates, so that our students do have that they can go to. They get 6 free visits at Weems per year, and they also get 4 at Psychology Associates. And if they need more, we can talk to them and we can figure out what we need to do. And we're also going to be getting a new 24/7 one that they can go online and do, and we'll have more information out about that as it comes closer.
Excellent. And the thing is, some students just don't know how to handle stress.
Right.
They don't know how to handle being away from home for the
Right.
first time. They don't know how to handle, and to have somebody on hand or something
Yes.
that we can send them to. I always tell students, I'll be glad to talk to you, but I am not a counselor.
Correct.
I am not trained in this. And this is just a kind of stopgap measure
Right.
before you go to someone who
Right.
can really offer some solutions
Correct.
for it. Well, do you see anything, is there anything in your job that you would like to do that you haven't done so far that that you can see your role expanding any?
Yes.
Because there's so much with parents and students.
Yes.
Can you see?
Two of the big things that we're really going to be concentrating on is our commuter students, starting
Okay.
a commuter student organization, and our first generation students.
Okay.
First generation students usually have a lot more issues going on with them because their parents don't know what they need to
That's how I
know.
was.
They don't know that they need to stay in classes. They think, oh, you need to be working to help with family and things like that. So sometimes they have issues with things of that nature. So we're trying to really have a big push to help our first generation students transition and make it on campus, along with our commuter students who are not living on campus and having to transport themselves back and forth to classes.
And a lot of students are driving a long way
Yes.
to be here. I know of quite a few who are, it's over an hour one way
Yes.
just to come to school.
And then some of them don't have transportation to get to school, so they're depending on people to drop them off. We have students that get to school at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning and may not have a class to 9 o'clock and be here to 5 o'clock.
Right.
Just because they don't have that transportation and they're depending on other people. So we're trying to find things for those students and make sure that they're supported while they're here on campus during that time that they can't get back and forth home on their own.
I tell students like that all the time because I've known a number of students like that, and I said, I so admire your perseverance.
Yes.
I so admire what you're doing, and I know, sometimes they think of it as maybe not being like a weakness or something like that, but it's not.
Right.
They know that education will change their lives, and they are sticking with it.
Right.
We have long been a commuter college.
Yes.
You know that.
Yes.
And it has been difficult to get some of our students engaged.
Right.
And so with this commuter organization, can you think of anything else that might help them get more engaged?
Yes, because what we're planning to do in the future is have an actual commuter lounge for these students.
Okay.
Where they can go, because yes, we have the Quave that students can go to, but sometimes they want places that's more quiet, and some of our commuter students are more reserved and don't want to be out in that public area. So we are planning to try to get a place where they can have a lounge, they can sit, do homework, they can heat a meal up if they're bringing a lunch, to campus, because some students do have to bring a lunch, and then they're trying to figure out where, I can't bring certain things because I can't heat it up and I don't want to eat it cold, things of that nature. So that's one of the big things for that. Also, just having things for them to do on campus, having events during the day where they can go to. We have lots of events at night for our residential students, but we don't have a lot of events that are more geared to those students who come to class, then go home.
And a lot of them also have jobs, families, stuff like that.
So we're trying to do things that's in between those times that would entice them to stay on campus and engage more, get to know their fellow students more, because we know that even though, social media and things like that can have a negative impact, but social interaction can have a positive impact on students while they're here on campus, and can help them with their academics. They may find someone who can help them if they can't figure out something in one of their classes. Instead of they're reserved and don't want to ask a teacher, they may be able to ask that student next to them. So
I am constantly amazed at how much just having that connection with someone else, how important that is to someone who is a student here, and someone who, because a lot of times students, if things aren't going, if they're stressed or whatever, the first thing they think about is they want to run for the hills.
Right.
And that's the last thing they should be doing. And I tell them all the time, I'm like, I've even had students say, well, I'm going to drop out and I'll start fresh next semester. And I will always say, what's going to be different?
Yes.
What's going to be different next semester?
Right.
Okay. Well, listen, I want to thank you for being on the show today, and I look forward to hopefully attending some of those events in September. But it looks like we've got a very good start to a very good semester.
Yes, very good start.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
MCC costs less and gives you more. Are you ready to jumpstart your career but don't have the time for a traditional 4-year degree? Meridian Community College can have you workforce ready in as little as 1 semester. We have workforce programs ranging from 1 semester to 2 years with experienced instructors and hands-on training that will help you gain the skills you need to succeed and start earning a paycheck sooner. Find your wings at Meridian Community College.
And we are back, and we have the wonderful Miss Katelyn Reagan and Miss Reagan Mathis. Are y'all excited to be here?
We are.
Is
Yes,
this
sir.
your first time on camera?
Yes, sir.
Okay, see, good. So everything else will be compared to this moment?
Yep.
Right.
Okay. You are both in the 3rd semester of the dental hygiene program. Okay. So now that is a 2-year program, but you typically, is it 1 year of prereqs beforehand?
It's more about 2.
2 years
2
of
full
prereqs?
years, yep.
What kind of prereqs do you have to have?
So you have to have anatomy and physiology 1 and 2, and then you need microbiology, nutrition, and it's not required to have your Englishes and maths and everything, but it is highly recommended because it's just too difficult to do those while you're in the program.
Sure. Now, I had heard, and please correct me if I'm wrong, that dental hygiene is actually more difficult to get into than nursing. Is that
Yes,
true?
sir.
Yes.
It's highly competitive. About probably over 100 of applicants apply every year, and they only accept 14 at MCC.
So not only do you want to take A&P 1 and 2, but you want to make a really good grade in A&P 1 and 2 and all of those other classes.
Yep.
because we go off of a point scale. So let's say you make A in one class, you get, I think it's 3 points, a B 2 points, and C 1 point. So when we got in, they didn't even know our names. We were just a number of points. So the more points you have, the better. So the better you do in your classes, the more points you get.
Oh my. And then once you have 2 years of prereqs, then the fun really begins.
Then
Yes.
the fun begins. And our first semester, we were able to take all dental hygiene classes, but we also had to take an MCC course just so we can get at that 15-hour mark.
Okay.
But then second and third semester, we have enough courses to fill the 15 hours. And for prereqs, you want to make sure that all of your science-based classes are within the last 5 years. So a lot of people, if it takes them a couple times to apply, they just always have to make sure that their requirements are in that range.
What drew you to this particular program, dental hygiene? Now, we were joking earlier, it's like, I can't believe you're going to spend all day doing this, but what drew you to this?
So I've always wanted to do this ever since I was younger. Okay. I was really interested in going to the dentist, but I saw what the young woman did and I was like, that looks more fun. And to me, the most unique thing about a person is their smile. So I want to contribute to that and help people feel confident and healthy and just tell them all about their oral health and how to make it better.
Reagan, what about you?
So, truthfully, I did not have a lifelong dream of being a hygienist.
Okay.
I was going into teaching, decided absolutely not.
Many people do that.
Yeah. So, but thankfully I'd already gotten most of my prereqs done to go into teaching. So I came back and I just had to take chemistry, and I decided I'm going to apply for one of the medical programs. And if I get in, I get in. If I don't, I'll do something else. So I applied for dental hygiene because it was a 2-year course and it has a high salary and you can find jobs anywhere. So that's why I chose it, and I have grown to love it. I didn't know if I would at first, but now I can't imagine doing anything else.
That's what I was about to ask. Is it what you thought it was going to be? Because a lot of times we have this mental image of something, and then you get in there and you're like, oh.
It's not for me. And that happens, with
Yeah,
people in the program.
And I've actually known students who got all the way through the program, and then they're like, maybe not.
Yep.
And I you just wonder, hey, why couldn't you have done that a little bit earlier?
Yeah.
But, they have their degree, they have their, but it has been what you thought it would be?
Yeah, everything and more. I didn't know what all hygienists did. I kind of thought like the standard was everyone thinks you just clean teeth. So
Right.
I kind of went in there, that's what I was thinking, I'm going to clean teeth every day. But that's not it at all. We do so much more.
And y'all have a huge amount of hands-on experience.
Yes, sir.
When do you, in the program, when do y'all begin the actual hands-on?
At the end of our first semester, we start doing hands-on. We see patients, we take x-rays on them, and then in our second semester, we start seeing the public, our community. We have certain hours for our clinic, and this semester, our clinic is Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from the hours of 1 to 5, and we can see the community, anyone from all ages, the elderly, we see young kids. So they throw us in right away, and our instructors are amazing, and they walk us through each step and make sure that we're doing everything, correctly. But that hands-on experience is there for sure, and it's amazing we have an on-campus clinic that we're able to do that.
How nervous were you when you first started and you first did got that first hands-on experience?
Extremely nervous.
They let us practice on mannequins first.
Good,
So,
good.
and then we build up to the actual human, but
When I did my first x-ray, it was actually on my boyfriend, and he had to grab my hands to make them stop shaking because I was terrified of doing it. And when the first real patient came for a cleaning, I felt like I didn't know what I was supposed to do, but as soon as you sit down and you start getting in the groove of it, you kind of forget about everything else.
Sure.
I have a job to do, and like Katelyn said, we have amazing instructors, so anytime we had a question, we need help with something, they come right over there, they show us exactly what to do, but they show us in a way where they're not just doing it for us, we're learning, and we show them that we grasp what they just have said, and so that really gives us just a way to take what we don't know and turn it into just growing and learning every day.
Well, other programs have sites that they can go to do. Do y'all go off campus, or is all of it in our clinic?
So it is all in our clinic. I know they used to have a few programs prior to COVID where we would, I think, travel to nursing homes, but we do go to elementary schools, and we do like little visits to show them how to brush their teeth, what's good snacks, what's bad snacks. So we get to do that next semester. But I want to say for most majority of our in-clinic is on campus.
Which is good because you're working with people.
Yes.
I was just thinking that sometimes they would go to different areas. Now you said that you got into this and you thought, I'm going to be cleaning teeth, but it's so much more. What else is it?
So we actually start all of our exams by doing an intraoral and extraoral. And what that means is that we're feeling all the lymph nodes, your thyroid, everything like that, and we're checking to see if there's anything concerning that we need to document and have the dentist look at, and then keep on referring to make sure that you have no types of oral cancer, anything like that. And we're teaching, I didn't realize how much a hygienist actually taught patients. We're teaching how to prevent periodontal disease, gingivitis, all types of things that I did not know.
So when you go to see the kids, the elementary school kids, you're going to be teaching them how to brush their teeth, how to do this, how to do that.
It's very educational. We also do therapeutic services, and it's all for your systemic health. And like I've always wanted to do hygiene, but I never really knew how much it all was together, everything. So that's been really interesting to learn.
Because there are so many diseases that the first symptoms are actually they show up in your mouth, and I didn't know that. But a lot of things can be diagnosed by going to the dentist regularly and having them check, because no doctor really looks in your mouth. We're up and close twice a year, and we know, was that there, was it not there, is this concerning? So yeah, a lot of diseases are found through the mouth.
Now, at the end once you've completed the program, you have to pass. Do you have to pass like boards or something like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and are they national? Are they just for the state?
We have 4 exams that we have to pass. Our big one is our national board, which is just a comprehensive exam of everything that we've learned. And then we do a live patient or a simulation patient, and we take a test with that. And then we have our state test, which is wherever you want to practice.
Okay. Well, the nationals, will that enable you to go anywhere in the country, or do you have to also do something within that state?
Yes, you have to take a national board, and then for each state you want to work at, let's say you're planning on moving, you need to take the state board for them as well.
Okay.
So I'm from Louisiana, so I plan to go back to South Louisiana and I will take the state there. But even coming to this MCC school, Mississippi school, they are still teaching me everything that I need to know to pass my national board.
Okay, excellent. Now, for dental hygiene, when you finish this program, the job openings, are they there? Are there jobs waiting for you? Do you know?
They're limited depending on where you want to work. So let's say like in Meridian, there's really no job opportunities right now.
Because we have a school here that...
Yes, and because most hygienists, when they begin a job, they work till retirement. Yeah, they're not leaving. So it's not that easy to find a job, but you can go, there are jobs everywhere, they're just limited. So you could find a job anywhere, but you can't go and find a job at any clinic that you would want to. Yeah.
Sure.
But the job demand has been raising since COVID.
Okay.
So,
what about money? You had said high salaries. Money
Yes.
good?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it livable?
Yes, able to support ourselves.
Yes.
Excellent. In the way in which you would like to be supported.
Right. The way our parents have supported us.
Now, can you further your education, or would there be a point to doing that? Or I mean, when you finish 2 years here and are you done? Or do you say, oh, hey, I can get some more education and do this?
So I'm done. but
No more.
but no
Okay.
more. But you can go on
For
to
now.
get your
For now.
right. You never
Okay,
know.
you never
Can't
know.
say
Okay.
never, right?
Right.
But for you can go on to get your bachelor's, and it doesn't have to be in dental hygiene. It can be in health communications or public health or a biology, and then that can allow you to teach at a school, or to even be employed by a school to be on campus to do sealants or anything that would require.
Okay. Okay. Now, and so are you planning? You're planning to go back to Louisiana?
Yes, sir.
What are you planning on doing?
I'm planning on staying in Mississippi. I just don't know where yet.
Okay.
I'm from Meridian, so I would like to stay here and find a job in Meridian, but if that doesn't work out, probably not go too far, maybe the Brandon, Flowood area.
Okay. Okay. Well, listen, I want to thank you, ladies, so much for being on the
Thank
show
you.
today.
Thank you for having us.
It's such a great program, and I'm so excited that, and I know you're excited. You're like, third semester.
Yes.
Third semester.
Yes, the end's in sight.
It will be over before you know it. But thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Not essential. Never let anyone tell you that again. Never doubt your abilities to make a difference. How do I know this about you? Because I'm a teacher. I am the one who will push you harder and farther than you could have ever imagined. Teach you things that you never thought possible. And if you will give me 100%, then I will stand shoulder to shoulder with you, and together we will change your future. MCC, find your wings.
On behalf of executive producers Matt Milner and Tanisha Clark, media mogul Josh Taylor, and student producer Brendan Robinson, thank you for watching. Hope you learned a little bit, and we'll see you next week.